Olympia, they will know that we need to stop the cuts and quit abusing our elderly and disabled.
Over the last few days at the Capitol, we have been having actions to bring awareness to the cuts made by DSHS to home care. On Tuesday, there was a hearing where Susan Dreyfus spoke about the cuts to the DSHS programs, and especially home care. She did not talk very much about the people, and it was all dollars and cents. So there was a hearing, a people's hearing afterwards, where our caregivers and clients and community members spoke out about how the cuts are going to affect them personally.
The state pays me $1,400 to take care of Warren. I get 160 hours. He gets one-to-one care with me. He gets to sleep in his own bed, watches TV whenever he wants to. He gets the meals that he wants. He gets to go where he wants because I drive him. Instead of being told, this is what you have to do, this is what you eat, this is when you have to go to bed, and you have to take your meds now, you have to take a bath now, or you only get it once a week. No, he gets a bath when he wants it or if he needs it. I said, if you put him in a nursing home, that $1,400 looks a pittance. According to the $4,000 to $6,000 you're going to be paying a month.
We have some big work to do. We have got to stick together. We have to support each other, and especially support the people who receive services, who I think feel very fearful right now. We're going to get through it. We got to stay positive. And we have to push for that balanced approach to our state budget, that it can't just all be on the backs of the poor. It has to be shared.
The labor movement has always stood up for working people and for the disadvantaged. And we have a long history of that. So the time is now. The time the labor movements that we had in the 1930s that gave us Social Security, unemployment insurance, the people that fought for the 8-hour day, etc., and etc. Those people didn't back down, and they didn't stop. And there's a famous quote, and it is, "Don't grieve, organize."
Wednesday, there was a racial justice report card released, which shows the impact of the cuts to people of color, which will be a disproportionate amount compared to overall across the board.
Stop the cuts! Seniors first! Stop the cuts! Clients first! Stop the cuts! People first! Stop the cuts! Seniors first!
Why is this the goal? How does this help us win? How does it help us win?
Because whatever we're doing our action against, it puts them in the public eye as the bad person.
That's right.
It also lets them know that we're not going away.
That's right.
We need to remember that it's not only caregivers that are hurting. Right. Our neighbors are hurting. Our friends down the street are hurting. Now's the time more than ever for us to go out and knock on doors of our neighborhood and encourage them to participate. That brings more awareness, and that brings more solidarity of persons, not on our network, but closely to it, that's going to back us.
Absolutely.
And we need that.
Today, what we are doing is writing letters to deliver to Secretary Dreyfus, the head of DSHS, And these letters were letting them know about these cuts and how wrong they are. I refer to them as draconian cuts because these cuts will definitely harm people, and the fact that we really should not be balancing the budgets on the backs of the most vulnerable, and I feel that strongly about it, and I'm writing my letter, and as we hand deliver those letters and hopefully speak to her, hopefully we can talk some sense into her to show that we need to do what's right for the people that we serve, and we can't do it with our hands tied behind our back, and we care for the clients we serve. And I'm actually here with my client today as well, and making sure that his message is delivered as well as mine, and for the people that I care for as well.
United, all we care to be all right. People, united, all we care to be all right.
How many of you got cut more than 10%?
I know I
Are you going to take it?
No!
Stop the cuts! Stop the cuts! Stop the cuts! Stop the cuts!
Stop the cuts! Stop the cuts! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Cuts to bear, cuts to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Cuts to bear, cuts to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
We're going to try and find Susie Rice's office. We want to deliver these letters from caregivers and clients.
Oh, hi, how are you? Fine, how may I help you today?
We're caregivers, and we just want to tell her a little bit about our story and the story of the other caregivers that have written these letters about
what it's doing to our clients.
Home health care took the biggest hit on these budget cuts, and it's just not fair. We're all going to be living out of our homes and
out of our cars.
Yesterday we all received our cut letters. I'm getting cut 19 hours. That's over $200 of my monthly budget. Right there is $200 that I'm not going to be able to pay for something that's going to have to be eliminated. That's $200 right there. 19 little measly freaking cut hours is $200. That's a big chunk of my monthly income.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm Susan's assistant, so I'll make sure that she gets these letters, and then Brita has a receipt here showing that we did receive these. Please put the camera away.
That's right.